Hi everyone, welcome to Checkmate, where we learn, laugh, and checkmate. Before we start today's video, we would like you to know that we offer virtual classes 3 times a week with a flat fee. Please take a look at your screen and the pieces of information and feel free to WhatsApp or email us using our contact information below. Thank you. And now, it's time for us to learn the Arabian checkmate pattern. The Arabian checkmate pattern is one of the oldest checkmate in the book. It is actually delivered by the Rook with the help of the Knight. So in this very first position, White can play Rook h7 and it will be a checkmate. The Rook is attacking the King. The Knight is protecting the Rook. The Knight is attacking the escape square, the g8, and the Rook covers the 7th rank. So this is how simple the Arabian checkmate pattern is. You have to make sure that the enemy king is at the corner, and look at the positioning of the knight. It's diagonal to the king with a square in between, right? Let's move on to the next position so that you'll be more familiar with the Arabian checkmate pattern. Here, the king is still at the corner, the knight is still in the diagonal position, and you can move the rook to g8, and if you can take a look at it, the pattern is the same. We can also move the knight to the other side, to the left side, same pattern, the king is at the corner, and the rook can just deliver the checkmate, right? And the next one, rook to b8 will be a checkmate, same pattern, right? And you can also try to imagine if there is a knight here on c3, let's say it's a black knight on c3, and there's a rook on a2, a black rook on a2, it will be an Arabian checkmate. Same thing if there's a black knight here on f3, there's a black rook on h2, there's a white king on h1. If you can imagine, it will still be an Arabian checkmate. So now, one of the ways in order for you to become good or be more familiar with this different checkmate patterns, you need to do the drills. So I prepared 3 drills for you, okay? For every drill, I'm going to tell you how many minutes you must be able to solve the drill or puzzle. If you're not able to solve it within the time frame that I gave you, it's actually fine. So all you gotta do whenever I say go, you have to pause your video, because if you're not gonna pause your video, you will be able to hear the answer right away, because I will be providing the answer right away. So if you guys are ready, let's start the first puzzle. This is white to move. I want you to find the checkmate in 2 using the Arabian checkmate pattern, and you have 1 minute. Your timer starts now. Pause your video. Go. Alrighty. The correct answer is rook to e8. Let me just move the rook back first. Now, you see your knight is on the right position, right? And the enemy king is at the corner. Although there's a black rook, but this black rook on g7 is actually preventing the king from escaping. So after you play rook to e8 check, black is forced to block with its rook, and all you gotta do is take it, and it will be a checkmate. Okay, are you ready for the next position? If you're ready for the next position, let's start. This is white to move. find the checkmate in 3 using the Arabian pattern or Arabian checkmate pattern. Your timer starts now. Pause your video. You have 3 minutes. Go. Alrighty. Now, the enemy king is not at the corner, right? The black king is not at the corner. So your goal is to force the king to go to the corner. And you can do that by moving your knight to f6. Checky poo. The king cannot go to g8 because your knight is attacking it, and it's forced to go to h8. And if you notice, this is almost the same position as the previous one, where all you gotta do is move your rook to e8. Rook blocks. Just have to capture, and it's a checkmate. Okay. So we have one more drill. We have one more puzzle, and it is going to be a checkmate in 3. It is actually more challenging than the previous puzzles. So for this one, you can give yourself 5 minutes. All right, the moment I show you the position, wait for my signal, and then you can pause your video and give yourself 5 minutes. And here we go. This is black to move. Pause your video and go. Alrighty. Here, if it's white's turn to move, white can just simply capture our rook on g8, and it will be a checkmate, which means all of the black moves must be a check. Because if you are thinking, coach, let me just move my knight to f3. Yeah, this will be great if it's our turn to move, so we can do the Arabian checkmate, just capture, right? But unfortunately, it's white's turn, and it's going to be a checkmate for us. So how can we force the Arabian checkmate? So in chess, there is a sacrifice, right? And all you gotta do is sacrifice your rook to h2. King captures, and now the king and the rook is in a position where the knight can fork, and the king is forced to go back to the corner, and all you gotta do is capture the rook, and it's a checkmate. I hope you guys learned from our video, and if you did learn, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Till next time, bye bye.